Now, your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
I'm out in the Matex Heating and Cooling Weather Garden once again. It's really nice back here. We've got a lot of sunshine, and our temperatures are pretty mild. As we look at our temperatures right now, it's 85 degrees here in Champaign, 84 in Danville, 85 in Paris, and 87 degrees in Springfield. Our Flooring America weather camera is nice and sunny, just like it is out in the weather garden. But we have a nice wind coming in out of the northeast, up to around 10 miles per hour, helping to keep things moving. So it's relatively comfortable out here. We've got a good forecast for the backyard this evening. We do, though, have a cold front coming through for tomorrow, which we'll talk about, bringing you some showers and storms. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
The Champaign Police Department was tagged by graffiti overnight, the message being sent to city leaders.
It is unprecedented what we have, where we're at right now.
Plus, the fire department has a message for city leaders, what it's asking for and why.
I don't want to say the vote by mail is somewhat different in kind. It's subject to a lot of risks than other voting.
And concerns are being raised about mail-in voting. Why one expert says it's not the only type of voting that carries a risk.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
The Champaign Police Station looked a lot different last night. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini. There was graffiti around the building and on its sidewalks. WCIA 3's Gabrielle Cook is live in the newsroom tonight. So, Gabrielle, how is the city responding today?
Well, this morning they finished cleaning up the graffiti from the night before. Some of it included political statements written in bright red lettering. Even after all of the cleaning, there was still some residue left. As you can see, there were handprints marked all around the sign with a statement written across the front saying, quote, blood on their hands. This comes as the city of Champaign released a guidance for graffiti use recently. The owner of Buy Black Champaign is an involved community member and thinks this raises the question of what's next.
I think that trauma presents itself in a multiple faceted ways, and that anger could be one of them. And just watching the George Floyd case, I think that brought a lot of things to the surface that as a nation we are all dealing with collectively, and that it's important that we do separate vandalism from protesting, but also understand that they're trying to voice something. So how do we create positive channels?
A statement the city released previously about graffiti stated that allowing it could open up expression that doesn't align with the city's ideals. The city will also be releasing a statement later today about the incident. Live in the newsroom, I'm Gabrielle Cook, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Gabrielle, thanks for that update. And something to keep in mind about graffiti laws: it is illegal for you to deface public or private property. There are exceptions for chalk, but only if you're a child under 13 and a parent or guardian is with that child. Now we do have an update to a child pornography case. A former Boy Scout leader pleaded guilty today in federal court to trafficking child pornography after agreeing to a deal. 80-year-old Milton Forsberg was arrested in October. Champaign police started investigating in February of last year after getting a tip. Several pictures of teenagers were uploaded from an account that was traced back to Forsberg. He'll be sentenced on November 16th. A drunk driver hit a fire truck early this morning, causing it to flip. Happened just after 1 in North Peoria. Truck driven by 36-year-old Corey McCown went through an intersection and hit the rear driver's side of the fire truck. It spun 180 degrees and landed on its side. 3 firefighters were taken to the hospital but are okay. McCown's facing several charges, including DUI and disobeying a traffic signal. The Mattoon Fire Department is short nearly 10 people. They say that's forcing some firefighters to work almost 100 hours a week. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting has more on how they're trying to change that.
It is unprecedented what we have, where we're at right now, especially with our manning being so low.
Mattoon firefighters haven't had a contract since spring 2018. Union President Bart Owen says that's the longest they've gone without one. He says they need to hire 9 new people to get back to full staff.
We feel the city might be dragging their feet a little bit on this.
The Mattoon Fire Department has been short on firefighters for several years, but Owen says it keeps getting worse. It doesn't necessarily impact the services they offer to the community, but it does mean a lot of overtime.
When you get down as low as we are now, the cost savings isn't there because the overtime is so exorbitant. If they would have hired 3 or 6 people and got closer to the contractual number of 30, the overtime would have been considerably less.
That means some are working 72 or even 96-hour weeks. instead of the usual 56. Over the past 2 years, Owens says crews worked almost $700,000 worth of overtime each year. In Mattoon, Courtney Bunting, WCIA3, your local news leader.
But it's not just a contract issue. We reached out to the city. They said they're trying to get the department up to 30 people, but they're having difficulty finding enough candidates. Now, the Georgetown Fire Department is also looking for new recruits. It shared a post on Facebook today saying it's accepting applications. You must be over the age of 18 and live in the Georgetown Fire Protection District. If you're interested, you can message the department on Facebook or just stop by the station to get an application. Let's take a look now at today's coronavirus numbers. There are more than 2,200 new cases in the state. That brings the total number of infections up to more than 202,000. The positivity rate up slightly, sitting at 4.1% statewide. 1,600 people are in the hospital. 25 more people have died in Illinois. There are now more than 7,700 COVID-related deaths in the state. 14 counties are now at a warning level for COVID-19. That includes Cass and Moultrie counties. Moultrie County's positivity rate is at 8.3%, while Cass is at 8.2%. Both are over the state's target of below 8%. Some people might be voting by mail in November to avoid the crowds, but there have been some concerns about the process. The Champaign County Clerk recently said some of the applications sent had an incorrect zip code. You are able to write in the correct zip code when mailing it back, and the application will eventually get to the clerk's office, but it might take a little longer. We spoke to a political science professor today who says issues arise with all types of voting.
In any given election, some non-trivial proportion of ballots, one way or another, are not marked correctly or they're not counted correctly. So I don't want to say that vote by mail is somehow different in kind. It's subject to a lot of risks and other voting isn't. It just there are more steps in the processing, and that I think means inherently it's a little bit more likely that there will be a mistake.
He does suggest voting early to help avoid lines if you don't want to mail in your ballot. One city will soon see millions of dollars going into roads where all of that money is coming from. Plus, many districts are making last-minute changes to their reopening plans, but not all of them are reversing course.